Finding a host in America. This has been a very complicated thing for many of you who have won the DV lottery, or people who are looking for opportunities to come to America through DV lottery. This is very difficult because someone has to take responsibility of you surviving in America. It's not very easy. So in this video, I want to give you some tricks and ways you can be able to find a host in America. They might work or might not work. I'm not saying these are guarantees, but these are some of the ways. I made this kind of video last year, I think, but I want to make this you understand it very well and emphasize on the key things, especially now you have really won the DV lottery and you are in that situation, desperate to look for someone to be your host in America. Welcome everyone, this is Ernest Boniface Makulilo. Congratulations first of all for winning the DV lottery, and now you are looking for the host. That means you are in the right track, finalizing different steps of filling the form DS260. So, subscribe to my YouTube channel before I continue, so that I can continue to grow my YouTube channel and we can be able to help one another, so that we can be able in a position to support and you have a successful life once you arrive in the United States of America. So, you have won the DV lottery, but you don't have the host in America. How do you go about to find the host? Number one thing I want to make sure you understand from beginning is your host is not your sponsor. You have to know that. Your host is not your sponsor. Your host is just a someone who is giving you a place to live. Is not your sponsor. I want to clarify that one at the beginning of this video, so that when I say how to find a host, don't confuse host to a sponsor. No. It's not a sponsor. It's just a host. When you are filling the form DS260, there are two questions. Number one question is, which address are you going to stay in the United States of America? That's number one question. And the second question is the same question, the same address, or which address should we send your social security number or green card, whatever, green card and social security, to use that address? So what they are asking is the address you'll be staying in America. They are not asking who is your host in America. No. The question is, what address are you going to stay in America? You can come to stay to a person, just like me, so that's why you call it a host. You can go into which address, you can find the apartment on your own. You don't need to have the host. If you communicate with someone that I'll be coming to stay at your house, but I'll be paying the rent, and this is the contract, that is the address. You can get Airbnb. I'll put the link of Airbnb. So Airbnb, for those who do not know, they are just like guest houses, but it's just like my house here. I have 2 extra rooms, so I live here. Then in these 2 extra rooms, I allow to have guests to live here, and they'll be paying. So there are Airbnb website, where you have to meet certain qualifications, just like Uber. But it's just for Uber, you do driving your own car. So this, I use my own house just like a hotel. But I live also here, and I use 2 rooms for guests to come to live here. So you can come to live for 1 day, you can live for 2 weeks. So these are a little bit more affordable compared to go to live in the hotel directly. So if that's the case, you can go and even communicate with a person as Airbnb, and that is the address you'll be staying. There is no problem with that. Or if you want to go to stay in a hotel, there is no problem. So I want to make sure that you understand that the address where you are going to stay is not your sponsor. It's just the address. That's where I'll be staying. I'll be staying in the hotel. They have no problem if you have the money to stay in the hotel. I'll be staying at Airbnb. Give us the address we'll be staying. You can change the address later. I'm going to say to my nephew, if you have a relative. I'm going to say to my friend who just personally met, whatever. This is the address. US Embassy, they don't care the address of that person, unless otherwise that address is the address of someone who is a very tough criminal, most wanted. Yes, that would be a problem because you'll be affiliated with someone who is most wanted. But in a normal way, they don't care. There are no documents required from the host or the person giving you the address. When I give you the address, I'll give you, leave, boo, 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 Richmond, ba, 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 zip code, boom. The address that they want. They don't want the name the person lives there. They need the address. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Johnson Avenue, boom, 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 Richmond City, whatever, Virginia, zip code number, that one, it's over. It's just the address. So, don't complicate your life, number one. That is the address. But the address can be a host. So, if you don't have a person hosting you, find other ways you can be able to do on your own. Remember, let's be honest here, because I'm talking as Africans. Sometimes we get confused with our life. We get used, for instance, you are from Nakuru, you want to go to Nairobi, you have to leave to your relative. It's not a must to live in your relative. You can go and live in the hotel for a week and visit your relatives. So it's not a must that when you come to America, you have to go to live to a person. It's not a must. If you can find enough money, $2,000 US, that is, you can live in the hotel for a full month. If you come to Missouri, you can live in the hotel for 2 or 3 months just for $2,000 if you go to live in the Airbnb. So don't complicate your life that you must get a person in America to host you. No, you are not a baggage. If no one is there, do you have money? Yes, find Airbnb. I'll be saying this address, put the address in, put the address over there. I'll be staying this hotel. This is the address I'll be staying. I'll be staying there for at least for a month. You find the hotel, which is $50 per day, times 30. 30 days is 1,500. You know you have 1 month pay. Yeah, I'll be staying at that hotel for a month, a motel, whatever we're going to stay for a month while I'm looking for a job and going to find another apartment. You can do that. So don't complicate. But yes, you have to find a person if it will be the good way. So how do you find a person to be able to host you? Number one, you have to find people you know. Do you know anybody in America? If you know, you can ask that person. Don't ask, I want you to be my sponsor. No, your host is not a sponsor. If you get a person, that is not a sponsor. It's a person you're going to stay to their address, full stop. I'll have another video talking about what you call a sponsor. There is no such a thing called a sponsor because the affidavit of support has been removed and replaced by public charge. So there is no about a sponsor anymore. There is no affidavit of support. You have to prove on your own by public charge. So that a person, just ask a person, can I stay at your home? Be very straightforward. How long are you going to stay? You have to agree with the person. Are you going to stay there for free? Or are you going to pay the money? Or are you going to contribute the bills? Or are you going to contribute food? Or are you going to contribute by helping to take care of his children? What kind of arrangement are you going to have together? There are some people, from the beginning, they'll tell you, come here and stay here for free. For maybe 3 months. After that, find a place where you want to go. Not in my place. Some people, they say, oh, no problem. You can save at least for a year. No rent, no anything. You eat what I'm eating. You have to have from the beginning, have the honest discussion. Even if it's your relative, but your relative, you have met your relative, last time you met your relative was 10 years ago. It's not the same person. You are having together, having fun in Cameroon. He's already in the United States. The life is different. You have to help with the bills. You have to help with something. You have to negotiate. You have to agree, first of all. But if you don't talk that way, you come here and realize, oh, the person let bring me here, and now I'm going to take care of his children or her children. Because that was her expectation or his expectation. Oh, this person is coming from Africa. Oh, he'll be helping with you, babysitting my kids. But your expectation is you come here, next week I'm going to find a job. But you have different expectations. So you have to talk in advance at the beginning. Straightforward. Those are the things you'll be able to get it. So the thing, make sure that when you find someone, talk, what is your expectation? What do you want me to do while I stay with you? Do you want me to pay? Do you want me what should I contribute at the time while I'm looking for my other survival life? You have to agree with that one. So how do you get that person? You find friends. Sometimes a friend of a friend can be able to do that. For instance, there is one person won the DV lottery, was given my contact by someone, contacted me, but at the same time, I've already accepted one person to come to stay at my house, Christopher. I cannot have another person at the same time. So I connected to another person. So a friend of a friend can help to connect, but don't ask me to find a person for you. I'm not doing that. Don't ask me that. So a friend of a friend can help you. If so, let people connect. That's why we tell you, have your phone book, numbers of different people, not the people of the same village every single day you are talking the same thing. So find your friends or friends of a friends. That's number one. Secondly, go to these communities. You are from Africa, you are from Asia. Filipino, they have their own communities. Find a communities in different states of people coming from your country. You are from Liberia, find the Liberian communities here in America. You are from Cameroon, find Cameroonian communities. Find communities of Tanzanians, find the communities of Kenyans. Find people from Ghana, like what association is in Missouri. You can just Google. There's some of the associations, they have their website. Write to the chairperson or call the person. Explain, I'm looking for opportunity, someone to host me even for a month. First of all, come here. The rest of these will be homeless. That will be something else. Find someone through that way. There are people can be able to help that way. If that one doesn't work, or while you are looking for that way, okay, let's say you are Pentecost. You are Dominion, you are Catholic, you are Christian, and you are Pentecost. Find Pentecost churches. You are Baptist, find Baptist churches in different cities. Write letters to them. You are looking for someone to host you for even a month or 2 months while you are getting settled into America. What is the purpose of going to church, going to the mosque, if you don't trust the people who believe the same thing you believe? If you are Muslim, find a mosque around, write to the sheikh, write to imam, malim, whatever the titles they have in that particular mosque. Ask for someone to be able to support you, to help you, to stay at their addresses. So those are some of the ways you can be able to find out. But if you don't get friends, your friends of your friends, you don't get people in church, you don't get people get in the mosque, you don't get people in your communities, like the diasporas who are here, you don't get in all those areas, then look about opportunity of using Airbnb, renting your own apartment, or just finding the other way, finding a hotel or motel, whatever it is. That will be another way. And once you arrive in America, they will not send you a green card direct because you haven't paid. You have to delay to pay that $220. I said there is USCIS immigration fee, which is the $220. Once you pay that one, that is when they send their card. So even if you come to America, you go and stay in the hotel, they are not going to send you to send you your green card direct to you. No. Once you are here, you are from the hotel maybe for a week, you get a person to go to stay, then you can find you can move to another apartment, then you can change the address from immigration, USCIS, you can change the address that sending my green card to this particular address. That you can be able to do that well. So those are different techniques how you can be able to get the address or even the host. So if you don't get a person, you can find your own ways on how you can find the address. But don't lose the opportunity to come to America because you don't have the address in America. That will be the biggest mistake of your entire life you are going to do. So, I think through this video, I've helped so many people to get the host. So, don't lose hope at all. Find all the ways on how you can be able to get someone. If you want to go to find people on Facebook, Instagram, you find they are from America, they are from your country, just try to write to them. Don't start bugging them all the time. Just, okay, explaining, I'm the winner, I'm looking for this situation. Is it possible, can I help you or people you know? And I'll be able even to contribute to something. Don't be like a scam calling, whatever. And if people tell you, give me some time to think about it, give them time. You are not rushing anything. By rushing and pushing everybody, you are not going to succeed. So those are the things I want to share with you on how to get the host or to get the address of where you'll be staying in America.